Hey VC, how's it going? Right, okay, very quick video. This is what I'm listening to in the background. This is Atmosphere Foremost. Nice little 4-track 12. The song you can hear in the background is Dancing in Outer Space. Now, they were a Brit-funk band from the early 80s. Their debut album's just been reissued by Mr. Bongo. I don't have a copy, so I'll be trying to pick that up at some point. But yeah, lovely stuff. Right, I recently saw Rob Panique's video where he showed a load of 7 inches. Everybody knows Rob in Boston. He comments on everybody's videos, so I thought I'd start off by showing a few 45s. So I picked this up last week. This is 007 by Desmond Dekker and the Aces, so excuse the glare there, on the Pyramid label. I see a lot of Desmond Dekker singles around, particularly the Israelites, also on this label, but they're always beat, so this is nice to find a minty copy. Another reggae tune, Lloyd Chalmers on Harry J. This is a cover of the Barry White tune, I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little Bit More. Now, I've been seeing quite a bit of Barry White records in the VC recently, which is cool. And that's a nice reggae version. Actually, what's nice about this is that when it kicks off, the first 30 seconds or so, you'd never know it was a reggae tune, and then I say around after 30 seconds, it then falls into that reggae rhythm. So really well done. I'll do a little drop on that. And just one of the 7, Gloria J. Know What You Want. This is on the Melodies International label, nice reissue label. They've put out 8 or 9 things now, all have been great, really well done, really nicely packaged, so I recommend anything on Melodies, right? And while we're talking about things that are playing at 45 RPM, this is a 12 that I picked up at a car boot sale in the summer, Jingo by Candido. Now, this was put out in originally on Sal Soul, I think in the late 70s. This is a reissue on Excalibur from the early 80s. Now, Jingo is a tune that a lot of people will know. I first heard it covered by Jelly Bean in the 80s, but I think it dates back to the 50s. It's a very rhythmic thing, you know, so you probably know that. But what I like about it is that it's a flip, a track called Dancing and Prancing. Think about what house music became in the late 80s, early 90s. This is very much a forerunner of that, so nice stuff. I'll do a little drop on that as well. And one other thing, found this at a charity shop, only for £1. Didn't know anything about it. It's on a Soul Town label. Track's called Searching by an artist called Robin. It's basically early 90s UK R&B. Great tune note. Robin, there was a different Robin that had a big hit in the UK with Every Heartbeat. This is somebody totally different. I didn't know anything about it, but lovely stuff. Although I'm not sure too many people are like that, but I'll do a little drop on it anyway. Right. Okay, very quickly then. So we had a VC meetup up in Leeds a couple of weeks ago. I shan't go into everything that we did. I know there's been a couple of videos made. I know Steve Whitty did a great video about what we got up to and who went, so I shan't repeat what he said, but I'll show you what I bought. We originally met up in a record fair, which was a church. So yeah, so we all got together there. I had a good look round, and I must admit I was a little bit disappointed with the stuff that was for sale. A lot of it was either in bad condition, well, certainly for the stuff that I was looking for. I was looking for soul, funk and reggae. A lot of stuff was in not great condition and was quite highly priced, so I was a bit limited what I picked up at the fair, but I got a few things. George Clinton, his album The Cinderella Theory, which is on Paisley Park. This is 1988. Yeah, I mean, George Clinton's obviously Funkadelic, Parliament. He's made so much interesting music. This is nice enough. It's very much of its time. There's a few nice tunes on there, but it's certainly not essential. The interesting thing on here, it's got Prince's horn section on here, Atlanta Bliss and Eric Leeds. So that's quite a nice touch, and you can hear them quite high in the mix throughout. But yeah, it's okay. But yeah, glad to pick it up. I also picked this up as well. This is an album by George Darko, High Lifetime. Now this is 1984 on the Oval label. Now, as the cover explains and the title explains, George Darko is a high life guitarist. He's made some lovely, interesting music. This is very much of its time, but not necessarily in a good way. Lots of keyboards in there. I'd like to hear more of his playing, to be perfectly honest. But nice pickup and wasn't particularly expensive, so I'll definitely keep hold of it. And a couple of other things. This was just a cheapie. The Hughes Corporation and Freedom for the Stallion. Now, everybody knows the Hughes Corporation because that tune Rock the Boat, which was a massive hit all over the world, and it's something that I just can't listen to. But the reason why I picked this up is because of the title track, written by Alan Toussaint. Yeah, it's just a beautiful ballad, and this is the version that I like the most. I know that Lee Dorsey did it. I've got a version of Alan Toussaint doing it with Elvis Costello on the album they made together. But this is the version I like. It's very much of its time, 1974, mid-70s, syrupy vocals, that sort of syrupy, sweet soul thing. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I love it. Yeah, please pick that up. In nice condition, it's only cheap. It's on the RCA Victor label, but that song in particular has been getting a lot of play the last couple of weeks, so cool. Right, okay. We then went to a couple of other record shops. I would say what they were called, but I can't remember. But this is what I picked up at the first one anyway. This is Bobby Hutcherson. The album's called Solo Quartet. Now this is quite interesting because the first side, as the title suggests, is just him solo. So it's basically him multi-tracking himself using various sort of malleted instruments. So stuff like chimes, marimba, xylophone, and just basically multi-tracking himself. So it's obviously a jazz record, but it's almost got a bit of an ambient feel in places. It's really lovely stuff. 1982. His 80s albums actually get overlooked, I think. I've got a few of them now, and they're all very nice, but normally the artwork is very cheesy. But yeah, that first side of music is great. The second side is him playing with a quartet. It's him, McCoy Tyner, Herbie Lewis, Billy Higgins on drums. Yeah, it's nice stuff, but not essential, I would say, or despite the great lineup. The first side, though, has really got my attention, so I've played that quite a lot over the last few weeks. So, and that is on the Contemporary label. Okay. And one other thing that I picked up when I was in Leeds, well, one other thing that I've listened to so far, this is the Chick Corea Return to Forever album, Light as a Feather, 1973. As you can see, it's a white label test press. Now, this was, I think it was only £7 or £8. It's a bit of a novelty, really. I wasn't sure where to pick it up, but the record's in great condition. And I think an original copy of the album is going to cost me more than £7 or £8, so that's why I picked it up. But I've been playing this a lot recently, particularly the opening track. Beautiful female vocal. It's basically jazz fusion, as you'd expect, but great stuff. Yeah, you can see the details of the record up there. So that's basically it. But a nice quirky thing, but the music's fantastic. So cool. Right, okay. And talking about VC meetups, I went down to Devon a couple of weeks ago with the family on holiday. I say holiday, it was torrential rain and gale force winds all the time we were there, so I didn't get up to much, but I did meet up with Graham Watson, cracking vinyl. We went out for a pint, which was very good, so I hope to see Graham again in the new year. But whilst I was down there, I went to Paynton. There's a record shop there called Sound and Vision. The one thing that I certainly like about this shop is that all of the records in the store have been cleaned prior to being put out. So, and I always think that if you expect somebody to buy your records, the least you can do is clean them. But you know, so that's a good touch. The stock wasn't great, not necessarily the most interesting of stuff, but I did pick up a couple of things. First up, this was just a cheapie, just a few quid. Evelyn Champagne King, her debut album Smooth Talk. Now, Evelyn Champagne King made one of the great disco records. It's on this record actually. It's the first track on side 2, Shame. It's right up there with, you know, all those great Chic and Sister Sledge disco tunes, or Sylvester, You Make Me Feel Mighty Real. It's just a great Saturday night record. So, and to be fair, the album's pretty good as well. So please put that. She's obviously on the phone now and about. Look, I like that. So very good. Yep. Sorry, right? Okay, I just realised I've just turned the camera off and talked to myself. So. Right, okay, one of the records that I picked up from Sound and Vision, this is Lolita Holloway, her album Lolita, 1976 on Soul Soul. Show you the label there. I mentioned Soul Soul earlier. Yeah, no, so she's probably best known because it was her vocal that was used on Black Box's tune Ride on Time. Now that was the biggest selling record of the year, I think in 1989 when it came out in the UK. It's an absolutely massive hit. And it was basically her vocal from her song Love Sensation, which was cut up and made into Ride on Time. So she never really got the credit that she deserves. A great soul voice. This album has some big dance tunes on it. Well, the opening track is Hit and Run, which is probably the best known song on it, but there's also some nice deep soul tunes on there as well. So this is in absolutely mint condition, so I was really pleased to find this. But yeah, great stuff. Anyway, cheers.
So tender. gazing upon you, child. Lord, just make me wanna surrender. Give it up, ain't no use. I can't help myself if I wanted to. I'm hung up, no doubt. I'm so in love with you. For me, there's no way out. Deeper and deeper in love with you, I'm falling.